What up, guys? It's your brother Joe here, and welcome back to F1 2020, My Team Career Mode. We are now on Season 2, Round 4. We are at the Shanghai International Circuit in China, and after a win in Vietnam, after a second place in Bahrain, can we make a third podium in a row out of this? I think it's going to be a little bit harder to do it here, because obviously the car still isn't quite front running yet. We're getting there or thereabouts, but still need to tweak a few more things with the upgrades, but we're getting ever so close now to being able to push near the front of the field, and this race could be a good starting point for us. Right, we're now in what I think is Q1, trying to get ourselves out of it. There's a little bit of a track extension there, but we got ourselves through quite nicely. And then we now come straight into Q2 with an even bigger track extension, and we're still through. But Q3 is where it's going to get interesting, because it is starting to rain as we're trying to do our top 10 shootout and see whereabouts in the top 10 we can place it. But unfortunately, I've had a big slide around there that's put me round, and that has put paid to my lap. So unfortunately, the best we can do is P10, and we didn't even finish the lap. So a bit of a sad end, but considering we had pace. But let's see what we can do in the race now.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin at turn 14. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Esteban Ocon in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, and Vettel, Albon, Ricciardo, Bottas, and old-timer Gasly, Norris, Antoine Hubert, and Stroll, Kvyat, Perez, Kevin Magnussen, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Grosjean, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Right then, 28 laps of the Chinese Grand Prix ahead of us. What are we going to be able to achieve here? We are looking at a two-stop strategy, so let's see where we can place ourselves. We're in the top 10, and I'm quite confident that we can get another points finish under our belts. It's lights out and away we go once again here at Shanghai, and we are now going down the right hand side to see if we can make up any places. And in fact, I think we've got straight past Ricciardo. We're having a look at Bottas down the inside, who I believe had a penalty, and he's hanging on. He's not letting us go. We're going to try and go around the outside, but we've run out of track, and Bottas has got us. So we have moved up a place into P9. Ricciardo now having a look up our inside. Ricciardo going full send as he passes not only me, but Bottas as well, nearly having Vettel in the process. So a double overtake there from Ricciardo as Gasly has a look up my inside. The most recent IRL winner, and I want to say big congratulations to Pierre Gasly for that win in the Italian Grand Prix. Incredible performance. Right, now we're coming up to Valtteri Bottas down the straight. Are we going to have a look? Yes, we are. We're going to try and get him under the brakes. In fact, we nearly get Ricciardo. We've got Ricciardo there as well for good measure, albeit with a little bit of contact. Ricciardo still on my left. Am I going to be able to keep him around the outside? Am I going to be able to hold him off? No. I'm not able to hold Ricciardo, but now I've got to defend Bottas, and I defend him very aggressively there as he goes around my outside, but I've kept the inside line. But he does a switchback. He's down my inside. And Valtteri Bottas, is he through? And hanging it out. And just about hanging on. And that is what we have done. We are now P9 with Bottas still right in my rear there. He is not giving this one up easy. He's found a little bit of space down the inside. He's going to brake late, but I'm going to hold him out once again. Valtteri, just back out of it. You're not having this place. Back out of it, Valtteri. Valtteri, it's Joe. Hold position. Not that that's going to work. But we're now in P9. And it's getting a little bit harder to pursue Ricciardo when Bottas is just not letting me go. And once again, he has got another overtake done on me. I'm going to go round the outside here. Bottas is just making this very, very difficult for me. But we managed to get ahead of him once again. But coming onto the straight, what are we going to be able to do here? This is where it gets interesting once again. Bottas now getting back in my slipstream. Is he going to be able to make the move? I don't think he is. I think we've got just about enough momentum to keep him behind, although I've not made the corner. I've gone out wide. I'm going to try and recover that. I've hit the gravel, and round we've gone! We have gone completely round here. We've spun round, and now I'm going to have to wait until every car has gone past. That is gutting. That is completely gutting. And from hanging around the back end of the points, we are now stone dead last. So in between all that, we have made a pit stop, made a switch to the medium tyre. But boy oh boy, this is not a good start to the race at all. And now we've got ground to make up. But speaking of not good, there's Sebastian Vettel going completely off there and into the wall. Oh dear, Vettel, it's just not going well for you at the moment, is it? Vettel is now going to rejoin. You see here, look, he's just hit the curb and the car has just stepped out and he's gone into the wall. Nothing he could have done to prevent that, and now you see him rejoining, and I think we're going to be able to nip a position here off the ailing Vettel, who I believe is also on the medium tyre, who also I believe pitted, so cold tyres probably being a big part of the issue there. As we now line up Nicholas Latifi for a move. It's bad that it's taken us this long to get up to him, but on our medium tyres we have found a bit of pace. But as a result, it's taken us a while to catch up some of the one-stoppers at the back. And we are in big trouble in this race. I think points are going to be very, very hard to catch unless we have a safety car. And you can see me here making the second stop. From what was P14, we're going to drop down a few places. As a result of that, I'm hoping we can be close to Magnussen and Giovinazzi. But this is a bad race for us. It really just hasn't gone well for us at all. After that spin, I haven't really been able to make any sort of inroads in the mid-pack, because a lot of them have done a one-stop strategy over our two-stop. So to fall to the back has been quite catastrophic for our race. But we come out of the pits now in P19. George Russell, who also one-stopped, dead ahead of us. This isn't going to be a difficult move at all. He's on hards, we're on mediums, and he's in a Williams. And while I'm here, I just also want to say a quick note on Frank and Claire Williams. You know, the Williams name has been synonymous with legends in F1 like Nigel Mansell, Damon Hill, and even Pastor Maldonado, who took a win for you. I mean, not quite as legendary as, say, Hill, Mansell or Senna, who drove for you. But you know what? Thank you, Williams, for everything you've brought to the sport. And I do wish Frank and Claire the best for the future. And I wish everybody now involved with the Williams team all the best in moving the team forwards. Right, you see me getting past George Russell there. Now I'm having a look at Kimi Raikkonen for 17th place. And we now find a bit of pace. I'm not going to lie, since the spin, you know, I just didn't have the confidence to push hard and try and get after some of the cars. I just felt a little bit defeated after that. And sometimes you just end up getting sucked into that bad rhythm that you just don't really have any pace at all. It's about, you got to just keep headstrong and keep pushing on, and that's what we've done in this stint now. We have picked up our pace. You saw us get past Kimi Raikkonen there. Now we're going to have a look at what I believe is Magnussen. That's a bit of an aggressive overtake. I've never seen an overtake that aggressive for P16, but we have got there. And Giovinazzi is now next. We have caught him nicely. We're going along nicely. I just wish I'd not kind of got into a bad mindset after the spin and just kind of accepted, you know, finishing near the back. I wish I'd given a little bit more in that middle stint, because in this end stint we've found some really good pace and a really good rhythm, and I just, it's kind of been a little too late. But we're up to P15 now, and I'm going to try and get after Danny Rick in 14th place, but I think he's just a little bit too far up the road, and it just goes from bad to worse for Sebastian Vettel here, who pulls off to retire from the race. But Lewis Hamilton then has won the race. Still he rises, and we are going to come across the line in a dismal P15. It hasn't been the greatest race for us at all. It could have been so much more if not for the spin, and then not me losing my rhythm and losing my focus in the middle part of the race due to frustration from said spin. But it's P15, and yeah, that's as good as I can do. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that.
It's a performance to be proud of from our Chinese Grand Prix winners today. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Well, not our finest hour, but you got Hamilton, Bottas and Verstappen on the podium there as your top three. So they've had a great race, clearly better than mine. But we'll come back stronger for the next one, no doubt of that at all. And we're just going to keep moving forwards. And actually, I do apologise, it was Albon who got third, then it's Verstappen. But you know what? Still not a bad day for the team, because Antoine Hubert has made it into P5 for us. And that is great for the team. 10 constructors points for us, so I'm not going to be too unhappy about that. And he moves up to 6th in the championship, and we fall down to 3rd and 22 points behind. I'm going to leave you with the highlights for all this race. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and punch the sub button if you like what you see. Don't forget to check out all my other videos. And until the next time, I'll see you soon.